gay and lesbian state employees sued the state for benefits, and the Alaska Supreme Court said that because of the Equal Protection Clause in the Constitution, you had to give gay state employees something, and, because you were banning marriage, so they ruled that they had to get domestic partnership benefits, state employees only. Right-wingers tried to pass a law banning that. Alaska Supreme Court said that would be unconstitutional. Sarah Palin vetoed the bill, not because she disagreed with it, but because she said Alaska Supreme Court said that it would be unconstitutional. And she, in fact, said, I don't agree with the bill. She did not believe gay people should get domestic partnership benefits. She belongs to a church that supports conversion therapy. She certainly has not talked about any other gay issues. We would know if she wanted an anti-discrimination bill, they would have one in Alaska. So she's down with the fundamentalist line and has been in the past. And for Gwen Ifill to kind of make like they have domestic partnership benefits, and then it almost made it seem like Sarah Palin was supportive of it, I think already set this up in a very inaccurate way. Nonetheless, again, I thought Joe Biden really got her on a couple of things, because she's trying to have it both ways now, as is John McCain. And that's why I get annoyed with these reporters like Gwen Ifill, because they allow them to get away with both sides, saying things that'll make the Christian right happy, that'll make some of the gays happy. Or, what they're really worried about, not the gays. They're worried about people out there who just don't want to be part of a party that is harsh and nasty toward gay people. And so they have to hide their gay bashing while they gay bash. And that's what she was trying to do. And Gwen Ifill, by not knowing the facts, I think sort of let her do it. But Joe Biden said something that then put the pressure on her, and I think the religious right is not going to be happy. Listen to the exchange, and certainly want to hear from you as well. 866-305-6887, toll-free. The exchange on domestic partner benefits that then became an exchange on marriage.
The next round of questions starts with you, Senator Biden. Do you support, as they do in Alaska, granting same-sex benefits to couples?
Absolutely. Do I support granting same-sex benefits? Absolutely, positively. Look, in an Obama-Biden administration, there will be absolutely no distinction from a constitutional standpoint or a legal standpoint between a same-sex and a heterosexual couple. The fact of the matter is that under the Constitution, we should be granted, same-sex couples should be able to have visitation rights in the hospital, joint ownership of property, life insurance policies, etc. That's only fair. It's what the Constitution calls for. And so we do support making sure that committed couples in the same-sex marriage are guaranteed the same constitutional benefits as it relates to their property rights, their rights of visitation, their rights of insurance, their rights of ownership, as heterosexual couples do.
Yeah, that was pretty powerful, because he was saying in the Constitution, gays should be federally protected to have all of the rights of marriage. And you know what I have to say? And, we had a caller earlier who said, I really didn't like him saying we're opposed to marriage. And that really bothered me. Well, number one, we've known their position on that. And I've said they're wrongheaded about it. They support 90% of what we want. They're not going to do that until they see the polls change. And it's wrong. And I think they could be part of changing the polls. But number two, in Joe Biden's defense here, Joe Biden did not say in this answer, well, I don't support marriage, Gwen, but I support benefits for blah, blah, blah. He didn't try to take the opportunity to say he was opposed to marriage. And Barack Obama did the same thing in his speech at the convention. He talked about gays should have visitation rights, said we all have differences on gay marriage, but gays should have rights. He didn't say we all have differences and I'm on the side that's against gay marriage. He didn't say that. And Biden could have taken the opportunity to say this. Of course, he didn't say. He did say he was opposed to it when she finally asked specifically about marriage. But he could have said that, and he didn't take the opportunity. Sarah Palin then is asked by Ifill, do you support domestic partner benefits? Now, we know what the answer is. The answer is no, because when she vetoed the bill that would have banned domestic partnership benefits for government employees, she said, I want to pass this bill. I want to sign it, but I can't because it's unconstitutional. I don't agree with partnership benefits. But now, as they're trying to move toward the middle and not look like hard anti-gay zealots, she tried to hide a bit and go out of her way. This is a testament to how we have really mainstreamed our rights, by the way, that they have to be in the closet about being anti-gay.
Governor, would you support expanding that beyond Alaska to the rest of the nation?
Well, not if it goes closer and closer towards redefining the traditional definition of marriage between one man and one woman. And unfortunately, that's sometimes where those steps lead. But I also want to clarify if there's any kind of suggestion at all from my answer that I would be anything but tolerant of adults in America choosing their partners, choosing relationships that they deem best for themselves. You know, I am tolerant, and I have a very diverse family and group of friends, and even within that group, you would see some who may not agree with me on this issue, some very dear friends who don't agree with me on this issue. But in that tolerance also, no one would ever propose, not in a McCain-Palin administration, to do anything to prohibit, say, visitations in a hospital or contracts being signed, negotiated between parties. But I will tell Americans straight up that I don't support defining marriage as anything but between one man and one woman. And I think through nuances we could go round and round about what that actually means. But I'm being as straight up with Americans as I can in my non-support for anything but a traditional definition of marriage.
So she's there trying to assuage the base and the Christian right. Marriage, I'm not opposed to, I'm not in favor of gay marriage, traditional marriage, one man, one woman. But she's going out of her way to say she's tolerant, right? And she has gay friends. And of course, you know they've been pumping her with this, and that since the revelation that Mark Busey, John McCain's chief of staff, is gay, they're on this whole new thing now that, of course, yes, we have gay friends. And they understand that we're not there, you know, and that we're anti-gay in our positions, right? I mean, you know, she's trying to kind of like, I have gay friends and they understand. So there are some gays who agree with us. All gays don't want their rights. Not all gays think gays should have their rights. Some will actually allow us to just, you know, discriminate against them in return for whatever else they get from our party. I mean, you know, that's kind of what she's trying to put forth. And then she obviously is trying to also finesse a bit the choice word again, because last week she gets slammed for saying homosexuality, that her friend made a choice to be gay, and she got slammed for that. So now she's trying to assuage those who criticized her on choice while still using choice as a buzzword for the Christian right. She says, I'm tolerant of those who choose any partner they want. Now she's using choice to say who you choose as a partner, not that you choose to be gay. And she's hoping the religious right won't catch it. And she's hoping that we then will think, oh, she doesn't mean choice, meaning you choose to be gay. They're playing a game here, right? And what do you think? 866-305-6887. Eiffel then turns back to Joe Biden. And of course it was disappointing. But again, it's not anything we didn't know. And again, he could have volunteered this information and he didn't. She finally turns back and said, okay, what about marriage?
Let's try to avoid nuance, Senator. Do you support gay marriage?
No, Barack Obama nor I support redefining from a civil side what constitutes marriage. We do not support that. That is basically a decision to be able to be left to the faith and people who practice their faith, the determination what you call it. The bottom line, though, is, and I'm glad to hear the governor, I take her at her word, obviously, that she thinks there should be no civil rights distinction, none whatsoever, between a committed gay couple and a committed heterosexual couple. If that's the case, we really don't have a difference.
Is that what you said?
Your question to him was whether he supported gay marriage, and my answer is the same as his, and it is that I do not.
Wonderful. You agree. On that note, let's move to foreign policy.
Okay.
Now, there, Biden is saying, well, here she is trying to make like she's so tolerant and supports everything. Okay, great. Sure. Then I'm glad she supports everything I do. Now, that is challenging her to draw herself out, trying to draw her out and say what anti-gay things she supports, but she's afraid to do it. Yep. She won't do it. And I'm wondering what some of the Christian right leaders think. In fact,